Boss lady, this is not funny. Simone,
What's wrong?
I think we killed their boss.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jazz back here with another video. I'm going to be talking about a movie called Fall Girls. I haven't seen one video on YouTube reviewing this movie, so girl, I'm about to tell you what's the tea, because this movie is yes ma'am. If you like The Hangover, if you like Girls Trip, this may be the movie for you, because I enjoyed this movie. It was funny, it was fun. It was just, I mean, it had you all over the place. It was partying, so yes, I wanted to party with them. So we about to talk about this movie, and there's a lot of familiar faces that you may know. So we about to get right into this gig, honey, okay? Alright, so grab your popcorn, grab your french fries, girl, grab your milkshake. Cause girl, you gonna talk, and this is gonna be a long one, okay? Dang, I can't even suck it, shit. Let's get into it. So, we have this movie, Fall Girls, written and directed by Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston. Some of y'all may know them from working with B2K. Yes, girl, T. So anyway, this was a BT Her film. This movie is about a woman named Mrs. Wellington, Simone Wellington, which is played by Jolene Fisher. She has this huge company. They've been doing really well. And she has her colleagues who are all women, which I really appreciate in this movie. That's the first thing I noticed and that I loved about this movie. So first of all, it starts off in the movie that apparently Simone is dead. What? I know, girl, I know. But then, so it rewinds to her having this dinner with her colleagues, and she announces that she wants to sell the company. And you have Paige, who is played by Amarla Negra, and you also have Erica Hubbard, who plays Tyra. So they're colleagues of Mrs. Wellington, who was her programmer, and Paige is the head of sales. And apparently, Paige has done really good in sales, so she gets promoted. And also, you have Tammy Roman in this movie, who does a fantastic job, honey. Yes, girl. Who plays Linda, who's been Simone's ride or die since the beginning. They built the company together. She's been there all of the way. So, yes. So, at this event that she's holding, she announces that she wants to sell the company. And everybody's like, what? Like, why? Like, it's doing so well. She said how she sold 20 million copies of her book digitally. And, the company's at the top of everything right now. And how there's this new chip that's going to be in everything and this and that. So, Mrs. Wellington, she announces that everybody's sad. And then you had this Erica Peoples, who plays Lexi in the movie. Apparently that she has made partner working with Mrs. Wellington, and she's only been there not for that long. So Paige is pretty upset about that. She's like, oh, I've been here for this long. How do you already make partner? I admire you, blah, 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 blah. So now we're moving on, and, Mrs. Wellington, she wants to spend time with her husband. She's like, I put all this time into this, business, and I want to sell this because I want to spend some time with my boo. So, yes. So, she wants to spend some time with her colleagues. She wants to go party and have fun, as a last hoorah and all this stuff. Yes, girl, yes. So, this is where the whole girls trip kind of vibe comes in. So, they go out on this trip. They party. They're having fun. Blah, 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 blah. And, of course, Linda, who's been her ride or die, she knows about it. Linda didn't come along. But, yes. So they're partying and all this and that. So this is where they wake up, and Paige finds Mrs. Wellington on the ground, and she ain't moving, she ain't breathing, girl. Like, what's going on? Like, wake up. So she dead. Yeah. So, oh my gosh. So, yeah, so everyone's like, she's not dead, but then she is dead. So now we also have Paris Phillips, who is known for being on K. Michelle's show on VH1. She plays Kiki, which is who plays Paige's sister, Marla Negra's sister. And so she came along with the trip as well. So she's there. She comes in, she wasn't there with them all night. None of them remember what happened. So that's where the whole hangover vibe comes in. And they're trying to figure out, like, where's Kiki? So she comes in, and then they tell her that she's dead, and they're all panicking, like, we need to call 911. We're like, no. Well, the point is, nobody knows that she's dead. So, and they're like, oh, well, if no one knows that she's dead, then no one's going to know that she's dead. She's alive. So, common sense, yes. So now we're going along with her schedule and seeing what's going on with her, what she's supposed to be doing, and this and that. So apparently, Linda, which is played by Tammy, she gets a call about the meeting. They were supposed to have a meeting, and she apparently was upset about it because she canceled it or whatever, the meeting. So it wouldn't happen no more about the deal. So, they're trying to figure out who, who killed this woman. So finds out that, they try to figure out what's going on, because eventually in the movie, they get some security. They find the security cameras, and they find these two men in there. And then they're like, well, what are these two men doing in this hotel room? So then they come to the brainstorm and like, well, who would want to kill Mrs. Wellington? So they thought about it. First, they thought that Lexi would want to kill her, but she hasn't been there long enough to even invest that much money in the business. So why would she want to kill Mrs. Wellington? So then they thought about Linda, which is Mrs. Wellington's best friend who's been working with her. And they thought, well, she's been with her forever. And if this company sells, she's not getting a dime. So mind, when she was called and said, oh, why aren't you at the meeting or whatever, because she canceled it, it's because she planned on killing Mrs. Wellington, because she's like, if she's dead, then there won't be no deal. As long as she's alive, there's going to be, she can still sell this company. And Linda ain't getting a dime, honey. Yes, T-girl. I was like, oh, that's just petty. That the closest ones to you is the one that will do you dirty like that. Like, what? So, yeah. So, fast forward. So, they don't know. They still don't know who. They're assuming Linda killed her and this and that. So, time is going on. We also have, you may notice him, Jerome, which is J-Bug from B2K. He's also in the movie playing Erica Hubbard's, which is Tyra's husband in the movie. And there's the other husband. I don't know his name. I don't care. But I couldn't find his name. But yeah, so the other husband. So apparently he was called up by his girl Paige, and what she was at the strip club when they was partying, this and that, and she don't remember anything. So he's upset. So now he's going down to where they are to see what they're doing. So he's like being all crazy and mad and all this stuff. And then you have J-Bug over here trying to calm homeboy down, like, relax, relax. So yeah, so we have all this going on. Remember, no one knows Mrs. Wellington is dead but the girls in the room. So the woman who plays Lexi, she, the one that made partner, she, she ends up running into Mrs. Linda and, talking to her about, knowing, like, did you know that this is going on, blah, blah, blah. And then she basically gets in the tea, gets in her gig honey to let her know, yeah, so she's dead. And, she basically tries to make a deal with her. Like, if we do this, let me keep this much money and I won't say a word. No one's going to know anything. Fast forward, girl, it gets crazy. So we're in this room and then this and that. And then they still think she's alive. She is dead. But this is where there's a twist. There's a twist. So pay attention. So they're all in the room. Apparently Lexi made a deal with Linda that her guys, would take the fall for it and Linda will be good. So that's why we got them in this room now and blah, 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 blah. So then here comes the guys. They have guns, they're pointing at the girls and all this stuff, and then you have the husbands here. They're thinking something going down, but there is something going down. They get guns or whatever. So I'm like, you need to go up in there and save your wife. Like, okay. So anyway, this is where it gets a little interesting. So girl. So Linda comes up in there with the gun pointing at the girls. And then Lex over here like, remember our deal? I told you you'll be fine. I won't say a word about them. Just keep this all between us. Whatever happens in this room stays in this room. Okay? So Linda is crazy. She shoots Mrs. Wallington, who is supposedly already dead. And then she tries to shoot up the place. So then, this is where it gets interesting, honey. Yes, this is the tea. So next thing you know, of course, you're going to hear gunshots. The police are going to be called. Whole time, they knew this was going on the whole time. They've been watched by the police. Mrs. Bolton ain't dead. Miss Bolton walks up in here after they cuff up old girl, Linda, the friend who's been working with her. She was alive the whole time. And then the two people that Linda was, the two guys that she was working with, they were undercover as well as Lexi, who was said that she made partner. She was undercover cop the whole time. So this whole time, the girls were safe. And they had no idea that, you know, she was undercover. And the woman that was dead, that's Mrs. Wallington, that was a doll. That wasn't even her. So the tea was that they had a feeling that Linda was planning this all along to kill her. And they caught her, you know, cold-blooded with that gun, shooting up people. And then you got Kiki over here doing, you know, law and order and things, keeping up, protecting everybody. So they offered her a job. And I'm like, okay, Kiki, get that job, Kiki. All right now. So yeah, this is a good girls flip with a twist. I don't know if you guys seen the movie or not, but it's a very good film. I love it. It's funny. It has a twist to it. And sorry if I spoiled it, but yes, girl, it's too good not to talk about, you know. So yes, it's on Netflix if you want to check it out, and a lot of familiar faces on there. You will enjoy this movie. Thank you so much for watching. If you want me to review more movies, let me know. I want to know your criticism because this is my first time reviewing any type of movie, okay? So yes, let your girl know it was good. Comment, subscribe. Oh, girl. Let your girl know what's good. Comment, subscribe, and, you know, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I'll leave the links below, girl. And thank y'all so much for watching.